Hello everyone, this is Fireally and welcome back to the map making mini series on here. So last time we mostly just talked about the things I would have, and this time I have done some coding and so forth to make things a bit better. I got 3 custom mobs laid out here. I might make a 4th, maybe a 5th, but I think 3 for now is I'm happy with that. So this one is the Salmon Ghost. He's a sniper, shoots arrows of falling to stun people because you're stuck in the air for a second. And then this guy is the tank, so he's slow and hard to kill. This guy just looks beastly, so he's gonna have 2 swords. And then this guy's the opposite. He's the Black Rabbit, and he's gonna rush you. I contemplated making him like a midget, but if we go ahead and shrink him down, like he just kind of loses it. He loses all of his scary. I mean, look at him. His head's too big for his body, which makes him cute and not intimidating. Also, the trident shrinks as well. And so that's what I don't like about that, because I want him to be big and intimidating, because he's going to be hitting fast and hard. You know, that's the idea. Is Spearman runs at you. At least that's what the idea was. And then over here we've got my damage drop and testing center, and it took me longer than I'd like to admit, but we do have the Salmon Ghost. And so here he is in all of his glory. He's actually kind of hard to kill. So if we go into survival here, you can see that this guy is pretty fast, but but to our advantage here. Oh man, I am not doing so good. So to our advantage, he only takes about 2 hits to kill. And if you notice, when I killed him, he didn't drop anything. So if you look at the command block here, you're going to notice that I made the skull last. So I gave it a custom name, and then I gave it all these numbers and textures here, so that way it will stick no matter what, so it's not tied to any player named Salmon Ghost. In fact, I don't even know if there is a player named Salmon Ghost. So one thing that I don't think anyone cares, but turns out if you don't have this hand drops 0F here, which just means there's a 0% chance of them dropping. If you don't do that there, and we're scrolling through all of the other armor here, but if you don't have that, all of this here becomes droppable, even if you have the code saying the armor has no chance of dropping at the end. It was one of the issues I was running into. And so if you see this here, I had this here the whole time, but it still dropped. You have to have the hand in there as well, which I thought was interesting. Then over here, I started making a data pack for the loot tables, but it wasn't working. And then I decided that rather than go through the hassle of trying to figure out these loot tables, which ultimately will clog your inventory, I figured it was better to have them just drop nothing and have everything rely on the chests and very specific points of interest in there. And so I just changed this to null instead of anything. There is no null in my data pack, I should say. This is literally nothing. It calls nothing, which means that when it spawns the guy, he has no loot table. He doesn't drop anything. And so because of this, I can make it so that the player doesn't have to worry about being filled up with bows and all that garbledy gook. Right now, I wanted to test the boss battle idea. So essentially, you'd be thrown into an arena of some kind against if we can find him, a big old phantom. Now game mode survival, here we go. So I'm curious to see how well this goes. Alright, he's a piece of cake to kill. Time to go change some code around. Alright, I think that was half an hour of head scratching later. Alright, here we go. And I'm gonna actually start this one from the ground. Let's see how this goes. So... oh dang, he's scary. Then I better jump up and go after him. Oh man, he is fast. That's what I want. Alright, he's still kind of easy to kill, but I can fix that pretty easily. I can't move. Actually, I'll show you guys what the screen looks like if I can. Alright, here we go. This is what I was talking about. So if we look over here, this is the commands that I have set up, and these ones were generated using the online website I mentioned last episode. This one I hand coded myself. So we don't have a loot table yet. I still have to code that together. But he did die remarkably quickly, so I'm going to like double his hit points so he lasts twice as long. And I'm also going to speed him up a bit because he didn't really hit us last time, and I want more. I expect more from this guy. And he also has a strength buff right there, but it hasn't really I haven't really been able to see that in action. So let's go ahead and put this code into Minecraft and see how things are rolling. Alright, so here we go. I'm lazy, so I just break them every time. Pachow. And then a button, and then a bow, and then summoned new phantom boss. Oh snap. This got real. Where is he? Oh, there he is. So much damage to you. You're pathetic. Where's your strength buff, boy? So the problem with phantoms... I love how I'm trading. So the problem with phantoms is that they bail when they start taking damage. It would appear that we've got ourselves a... He's not doing what I want him to do. He's supposed to be, well, a boss, kind of beastly, but he's not really being all that scary. Alright, so I did some changes to the code, and we're going to see how this affects his performance in battle. I did test that to make sure he took at least more hit point damage, so we know this at the very least. He can do that, but how much damage does he do? He still is weak. Wait, you're not the boss, you're a goon. So this guy will probably die in our next hit. Oh my goodness. Alright, it's time to ascend. I think I want the boss to be a little bit faster. Oh my, he's juking. Alright, gotta chase. Ah, where'd he go? Fire. Ah, sweet. That was pretty fun. Which is good, boss fights should be fun. Still not as intense as I wanted. He's so buff now. Ah! I'm gonna edit this out. How is he still burning? You know what? While all this is going on, so part of what I've been doing is making the beta test armor essentially, and I'm gonna get a crossbow. And I think everyone knows where I'm going from here, which also requires TNT if I recall correctly. Aha, here we go. And if I remember right, the more white dye I throw in here, the more explodey it gets. No? So if I remember, we do this. Yeah, and so then that makes more stuff in it. Then I use this. And then if I do this, we get a set of some super explosives. Then, because I'm in creative mode and I'm lazy, we find the barrel and we duplicate it. I've got the crossbow, and we can test to see how much better the experience is with a crossbow, because people might walk in with a crossbow, like Zapper. Oh, he's got particle effect. It did not hurt as much as I thought it would. Oh, man! How much faster are you? He's decently fast. I might boost it to like 4. They're just so easy to kill is the thing. That was actually a lot of fun using the crossbow. I wonder how much more fun that would be if I was in the air doing that. Ow! Oh, that did so much damage. Oh my gosh. Oh, man. I'm enjoying this. Oh no. No, what have I done? I'm not too optimistic about strength working, so I just clocked this guy incredible strength, and that should have one-shot me, but as you can see, it isn't really doing him much. The speed seems to affect him, but I don't think that any other of the effects I want him to have are working, so I might have to try something else. Also, I found out the new strat. Hit him with a spectral arrow. I gave him strength of 10,000, and it didn't matter. And it didn't matter when I used low numbers either. It knows that the guy has strength, but it doesn't boost his attack damage at all. I don't know if that's a glitch, bug, or intended by Mojang, but either way, this guy is not going to be doing that. I wonder if speed affects him. How fast are you? Amazing. It doesn't seem like phantoms are affected by, like, anything. Looks like I'll have to completely rethink this boss because he is unable to be affected by anything at all. Alright, everyone. So, I think we're over an hour later. Maybe an hour and a half. I'm not really sure. I don't keep track. I have a new idea for the boss, and I'm pretty sure that's a good one. So we're gonna go ahead and fight him. Game mode survival. Yep, it's the guy flying a villager. Oh! Oh my gosh, where is he? Oh, I hit myself. That's bad. Oh no! Where'd he go? He's still up there. Okay. These are the boom booms. Alright. Oh, dang, he's coming. Uh-oh. Ooh, the Phantom's at me. Alright. Oh, I got it. Oh, they must have been hurt. Oh. Where is he? Alright. I know I should be talking, but I'm honestly enthralled. Alright, so he hit himself. Ow. So he does 3 hearts of damage. Ah! Where is he? Die. I might want to give that guy slow fall. But it's definitely a lot better than what we had before for a boss thing. Oh my gosh, he dropped his crossbow. Alright, I am back. And so is he. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, ow, I didn't think he'd get me. Where'd he go? You know, the Phantoms being able to fight is actually a lot. Flee! Flee! Ah! Alright, where is he now? Oh, man. These actually kind of scary, which is good. That's what I want. I need to eat! Oh, that was pretty close. Ah! Ooh, that kamikaze though. Oh, I can't hit the Phantom. Ah! My elytra are not gonna last for this battle. Ah! I'm not fast enough. Alright. You know, maybe I should try and change the amplitude on that. Oh! He hurts so bad. Oh. Oh man. Now that battle. Woo! That was fun. I am enjoying this. I might keep that actually. Pretty happy with how the Phantom boss is right now. I'm not exactly sure what loot he's going to drop because in the dungeon you'll have the elytra before you fight him. If I switch over here, yeah, so if we look at the little plan I made, you'll see the bow and arrow. That symbol means key item, and so that's the elytra. So by the time we fight the boss, the elytra is already in your possession, but part of that's because I wanted to have that epic flying firefight. You don't really get to see too much of that in Minecraft, and the pillager is the only thing left that I can think of that would prove a decent challenge because they can use the firework crossbow thing from before. I might make 2 or 3 of those guys depending on space, but I'm pretty happy with the design of those guys right now, and so I think that is where I'm going to call it for this episode. I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made today. Got this guy no longer dropping all of his stuff when he dies, and we got a boss that I'm pretty happy with. So yeah, that should be everything for this episode. That's all I had planned. And then next time, we might tackle one of these 2 guys, or we might make the first room. I'm not really sure. But whatever it is, I hope you guys will be there with me when it happens. And until then, Have a good day.